floor it. Green, green, green. There's a big mess in the first chicane. There's a big pile up in Curva Grande. There's a big pile up in Della Roggia. There's a big pile up in Lesmo 1. The gap in front is now 0.10. There's a big mess in Lesmo 2. You're wasting time behind this guy. Get your elbows out and get round him. There's a big pile up in Ascari. There's a big pile up in Parabolica. There's a big pile up in the first chicane. There's a big mess in Curva Grande. There's a big pile up in Della Roggia. There's a big mess in Lesmo 1. There's a big pile up in Lesmo 2. There's a big pile up in Ascari. The gap behind is now 0.6. There's a big pile up in Parabolica. There's a big mess in the first chicane. There's a big pile up in Curva Grande. There's a big mess in Della Roggia. There's a big pile up in Lesmo 1. Okay, Jason, stay close. Wait for him to make a mistake. He's slow into Della Roggia. There's a big mess in Lesmo 2. There's a big pile up in Ascari. There's a big pile up in Parabolica. Incident in Curva Grande. There's a big mess in the first chicane. The gap behind is now 5.1. There's an incident in Della Roggia. Incident in Lesmo 1. There's an incident in Lesmo 2. There's a big pile up in Curva Grande. Looks like the leader has gone off in Ascari. The gap in front is increasing. It's now 0.5. There's an incident in Parabolica. Losing time here, man. We need to pass him. He's slower than us into Lesmo 1. Incident in Curva Grande. Looks like the leader's binned it in the first chicane. There's an incident in Della Roggia. There's an incident in Lesmo 1. There's an incident in Lesmo 2. There's a big pile up in Curva Grande. Incident in Ascari. Ignore that fucker in the mirror. Stick to your line. Nail those exits. There's an incident in Parabolica. You're pulling away from the guy behind. The gap's now 0.5. Incident in the first chicane. There's an incident in Curva Grande. There's an incident in Della Roggia. Incident in Lesmo 1. There's an incident in Lesmo 2. Incident in Ascari. There's an incident in Parabolica. There's an incident in the first chicane. Alright Jason, stay close, wait for him to make a mistake. There's an incident in Curva Grande. He's pretty slow into Lesmo 1. Incident in Della Roggia. Don't be intimidated by this little shit, make him work for it. There's an incident in Lesmo 1. Incident in Lesmo 2. The gap in front is now 0.6. Looks like P1 has gone off in Ascari. The gap behind is now 0.5. Looks like the leader has gone off in Parabolica. There's a big mess in the first chicane. Looks like P1 has gone off in Curva Grande. There's a big pile up in Della Roggia. There's a big pile up in Lesmo 1. There's a big pile up in Lesmo 2. There's a big mess in Ascari. Okay Jason, don't be intimidated by this little shit, make him work for it. It's a big pile up in Parabolica. There's a big pile up in the first chicane. Looks like the leader's binned it in Curva Grande. Looks like P1 has gone off in Della Roggia. Looks like the leader has gone off in Lesmo 1. Stay on him, there'll be a chance. He's slower than us into Parabolica. Looks like the leader's binned it in Lesmo 2. The gap gap ahead is now 0.20. Looks like P1 has gone off in Ascari. Looks like the leader's binned it in Parabolica. The car ahead's pitting. Looks like the leader has gone off in the first chicane. Looks like P1 has gone off in Curva Grande. Looks like the leader has gone off in Della Roggia. Looks like the leader's binned it in Lesmo 1. Looks like the leader has gone off in Lesmo 2. There's a big mess in Curva Grande. The gap ahead is now 2.6 seconds. Looks like P1 has gone off in Ascari. There's an incident in Della Roggia. It looks like Rubio. There's a big pile-up in Lesmo 1. There's an incident in Lesmo 2. We think it might be Rubio. We think P2's binned it in Parabolica. There's a big pile-up in Ascari. Looks like the leader's binned it in the first chicane. Looks like P1 has gone off in Curva Grande. We think P2 has gone off in Della Roggia. Looks like the leader's binned it in Lesmo 1. Looks like P2's gone off in Lesmo 2. The gap behind is now 7.8. I think P2's binned it in Ascari. The gap in front is now 1.7. I think P2's binned it in Parabolica. Looks like the leader has gone off in the first chicane. Looks like the leader has gone off in Curva Grande. We think P2 has gone off in Della Roggia. Looks like P2's gone off in Lesmo 1. We think P2 has gone off in Lesmo 2. I think P2's binned it in Ascari. Looks like P2's gone off in Parabolica. Looks like P1 has gone off in the first chicane. Looks like the leader's binned it in Curva Grande. Looks like the leader has gone off in Della Roggia. Looks like the leader's binned it in Lesmo 1. Looks like P1 has gone off in Lesmo 2. The gap behind is now 8.2. Looks like the leader's binned it in Ascari. Looks like P1 has gone off in Parabolica. Looks like the leader has gone off in the first chicane. Looks like P1 has gone off in Curva Grande. Looks like the leader has gone off in Della Roggia. Looks like the leader's binned it in Lesmo 1. Looks like P1 has gone off in Lesmo 2. Looks like the leader has gone off in Ascari. Looks like the leader's binned it in Parabolica. There's a big pile up in Curva Grande. like P2's gone off in the first chicane. Incident in Della Roggia. Looks like it's Martinez and Rubio. There's an incident in Lesmo 1. We think it might be Rubio, Martinez and Killian. There's a big mess in Curva Grande. There's an incident in Ascari. It looks like Rubio. There's an incident in Parabolica. It looks like Rubio, Martinez and Killian. There's an incident in the first chicane. We think it might be Rubio. Engage limiter. We don't have enough data for that. "300 feet. 100 feet. All clear on pit exit, you can push now. We think P2 has gone off in Della Roggia. Looks like P3's gone off in the first chicane. We think P2's binned it in Lesmo 1. Looks like P3's gone off in Curva Grande. We think P2 has gone off in Lesmo 2. Looks like P2's gone off in Ascari. I think P2's binned it in Parabolica. I think P3 has binned it in Ascari. The car behind's pitting now. We think P3's gone off in Parabolica. Looks like P2's gone off in the first chicane. We think P2's binned it in Curva Grande. We think P2 has gone off in Della Roggia. Looks like P2's gone off in Lesmo 1. The gap behind is now 2.4 seconds. We think P2 has gone off in Lesmo 2. There's a big mess in Curva Grande. Looks like the leader has gone off in Della Roggia. Looks like P4 has gone off in Ascari. Looks like the leader's binned it in Lesmo 1. Looks like P1 has gone off in Lesmo 2. I think P2's binned it in Parabolica. Looks like P4 has binned it in Ascari. Incident in the first chicane. There's an incident in Curva Grande. There's an incident in Della Roggia. Incident in Lesmo 1. There's an incident in Lesmo 2. There's an incident in Ascari. We think P2 has gone off in Parabolica. Looks like P2's gone off in the first chicane. We think P2's binned it in Curva Grande. Looks like P2's gone off in Della Roggia. We think P2 has gone off in Lesmo 1. We think P2's binned it in Lesmo 2. Looks like P2's gone off in Ascari. I think P2's binned it in Parabolica. We think P2 has gone off in the first chicane. We think P2 has gone off in Curva Grande. Looks like P2's gone off in Della Roggia. We think P2's binned it in Lesmo 1. We think P2's binned it in Lesmo 2. Looks like P2's gone off in Ascari. We think P2 has gone off in Parabolica. Looks like P2's gone off in the first chicane. We think P2 has gone off in Curva Grande. We think P2's binned it in Della Roggia. We think P2 has gone off in Lesmo 1. Looks like P2's gone off in Lesmo 2. I think P2's binned it in Ascari. I think P2's binned it in Parabolica. Looks like P2's gone off in the first chicane. We think P2 has gone off in Curva Grande. We think P2's binned it in Della Roggia. Looks like P2's gone off in Lesmo 1. We think P2 has gone off in Lesmo 2. We think P2 has gone off in Ascari. Looks like P2's gone off in Parabolica. We think P2's binned it in the first chicane. We think P2's binned it in Curva Grande.